Welcome back to the Thoughts of Dr. Ort, a space where I unpack the internal battles we often fight in silence. In this series, The Mind at War, I'm breaking down the patterns and habits that keep us stuck mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Today's topic is one of the most crippling yet invisible struggles that I've faced: overthinking. If you've ever found yourself stuck in a loop, replaying a conversation, doubting a decision, or rehearsing worst-case scenarios, you're not alone. I've spent years living in my head, and it became less of a home and more of a prison. Firstly, there's a difference between thinking and ruminating. Thinking is productive. It's how we plan, how we solve problems, how we make decisions. Ruminating, on the other hand, is when our thoughts go in circles. It's like being stuck in mental quicksand. From a biological perspective, rumination activates the brain's default mode network, the part of the brain associated with self-referential thoughts. That sounds harmless, but it becomes dangerous when your thoughts are negative, they're unproductive, and when they're constantly repeating. When you ruminate, your brain responds as if the threat is real, and that triggers the same physiological stress response every time you replay it. So that means increased cortisol levels, which is the stress hormone, an elevated heart rate, more anxiety, and decreased ability to think clearly or move forward. So in short, rumination keeps your nervous system in a loop of stress, even when the original situation is long gone. Overthinking for me has always had two main themes: regret about the past, fear about the future. So let me give you some examples. I've ruminated over old relationships, things I said, things I didn't say, wondering how it all could have played out differently. I'd go down these mental rabbit holes of if only and what if that kept me emotionally stuck in chapters that had already ended. Then there's a hypothetical future, imagining worst-case scenarios that haven't happened and might never happen. What if I never figure my life out? What if I'm always broke? What if I end up alone? And doing all that, I completely miss the present moment, the only place where peace and change can actually happen. Overthinking gave me the illusion of control, but it really just robbed me of clarity, joy, and progress. I still have moments where my thoughts spiral, but I've picked up a few tools that help me catch myself before I go too deep. So here are a few things that help me stay grounded. I have mental check-ins. So I would ask myself, is this thought helpful? Is this happening right now? Can I do anything about this in this moment? If the answer is no, I let it go, or at least I try to. Journaling as a thought release has also helped me. So I started writing down the loops in my head, unfiltered, just getting the thoughts out of my mind and onto paper. Gives them shape, and that often takes away their power. Movement and breathing has also helped me. So things like going for a walk, stretching, deep breathing. These might seem basic, But when your mind is stuck, your body can become your anchor. When I'm caught in overthinking, I try to tune into my senses. What can I hear right now? What do I feel under my feet? What can I see in the room around me? This helps bring me back to the present moment, where the real world actually exists, not the stories that I'm telling myself. I also try to time box my overthinking. So I would give myself sometimes maybe 10 minutes to think through a problem, then stop. I tell my brain, okay, we'll revisit this tomorrow if we need to. And surprisingly, most times, I don't. Living in your head is exhausting. It creates an inner world that feels more real than the one outside you, and often much darker. Here's what I've learned. I am not my thoughts. My thoughts aren't always true. And most importantly, I don't have to believe everything I think. So the goal isn't to stop thinking altogether. It's to learn which thoughts deserve your attention and which ones don't. If your mind is your prison right now, I promise you the door is open. You just have to walk back into the present. That's it for today's episode of Thoughts of Dr. Odds. If overthinking has been holding you back, I hope today's episode gave you a little clarity and maybe even a little peace. If it helped you, send it to someone who lives in their head too. Until next time, take care of your mind, take care of your body, and take control of your story.